All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for jumping on. I am really excited about this call tonight for a lot of reasons. The first one is because this is something I really struggled with when I first became a coach. And I feel like the word recruiting or growing your team, it's kind of a dirty word. People are afraid to talk about it, right? Like it's kind of because it's scary and it seems like salesy and all this stuff, but it doesn't have to be that way. So I want to share with you how you can have a classy mindset in growing your team. I want to share with you how you can grow your team with class. So I'm going to go through just 6 quick and easy little tips. If you guys can mute your lines, that'd be great. And that way we can. Maybe it's me. Am I echoing? No, okay. Okay, thank you. Feel free if you have any questions to type them in the chat box too, or whatever, and we'll do a little question answer at the end too. But I have 6 things that I kind of want to share with you about how to recruit with class or grow your team with class. And then I'm going to share with you kind of how I recruit and grow my team. And then we'll do a little Q&A at the end. So the very first thing is that I want to encourage all of you to think about, you cannot grow your team with class unless you have a classy mindset. That's number 1. Have a classy mindset. We oftentimes, like I kind of said at the very beginning, we think about growing our team as something that's scary and that it's big and that it's something that we're nervous about doing, we're nervous about asking. And I finally got to this point where I realized that this is my passion and this is what I love to do. And I love what Beachbody has done for me. And why wouldn't I share it? Why wouldn't I want other people to feel the same way that I feel about what we do? And what we're doing, you guys, is we're not selling a job to people when we recruit or when we grow our team. We're sharing our passion, inviting them to join us in our passion. And I think what most of you would say, actually, I think I've heard it from almost every single one of you on this call, and I got 2 other messages this week from other coaches who have said, I love being a part of this team. I love this community. I had one coach who sent me a message earlier this week that literally made me tear up because she said, I love being a coach. Thank you for sharing this opportunity with me. Like, I love this. And just hearing her say that was such a good reminder to me that it's always worth sharing, because there are people waiting for the opportunity to belong. There are people that are waiting for the opportunity to earn an extra income. There are people who need to earn an extra income. There are people who need to have their lives changed, to maybe feel alone where they're at. And this would provide an opportunity for them to not feel so alone. So when you think about it, you have to have a classy mindset and thinking about, we're not selling a job to people. We're just sharing our passion and inviting people to join us. And I always like to tell people, if you're thinking about asking someone to join your team, which we'll talk about later, don't go in with a push mindset. Don't go in for the push. Go in with the pull. Go in with a sharing mindset, of pulling people into you because of your passion. Because if you don't talk about your passion, they're never going to want to join you, because people want to be a part of something greater than themselves, right? They want to be a part of something that will make them feel fulfilled. So if you can go into it and just share how Beachbody coaching has changed your life and share about it with a classy mindset, that's going to be huge in sharing it all. So that's why I wanted to cover that first. So number 1 is have a classy mindset when thinking about it. Number 2, also have a business mindset, okay? Have a business mindset about growing your team. You guys, you cannot grow your team and grow your business. Well, sorry, let me back up. You cannot grow your business without growing your team. Plain and simple. You will stay stagnant. You will not reach your financial goals, and you will not reach your fulfillment goals. To be honest, I have to tell you that once I decided that I was going to share this opportunity with people, my passion for this business has not decreased, but it has increased, because you all encourage me daily. Like, you guys pump me up. I see you helping people, and that encourages my heart, and it makes me want to go even harder towards my goals and helping you all hit your goals. So, but you have to have a business mindset. You cannot grow your business without growing your team, right? If you are, I use this example all the time about the restaurant, but I think it's a great one, right? You cannot have a fully functioning restaurant all by yourself, okay? You need waiters, you need a cook, and all these people, have different parts, but you need people to be on your team. Yeah, there might be someone who has the vision for the restaurant, right? But you cannot fulfill this restaurant and serve everybody's needs that are coming to you unless you grow your team. You can't share the good, yummy food that you've created unless you are bringing people in, right? Which are our challengers. But you can't give the challengers what they need unless you have other people helping you. And that's what coaching is. It's inviting them to be a part of this yummy goodness, right? It's inviting them to be a part of what we do. So you have to, I'll talk about this in a second, but a little bit more, but I think that so often, actually, this was number 6, but I'm going to kind of combine the two. But Melanie Mitro, I'm going to post it in our group because Jessica Gake posted this video in the Diamond Training group. And she, if you had a chance to watch it, it was so good. Melanie Mitro, she's been the #1 coach in Beachbody for the last 2 years in a row. She's amazing. And she was talking about how people come in and say, I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't want to be a salesperson. Well, we kind of are, but we don't have to be salesy, right? There's a difference, because if you were a pharmaceutical sales rep, you would need to talk to a certain number of people. You need to meet your quota. You need to do this, and you would do it, right? Because you need to meet your goals to keep your job. Well, Beachbody doesn't take away from us when we don't talk to people, but you're never going to grow your business. Right? And it's the same thing with inviting people to join the coaching process. If you don't think about it like a business, like, okay, I really want to grow and I want to move forward. If you don't think about it in that way, then you're never truly going to grow. If you don't think about it like a business, and if you really want it to work, you're going to have to invite. So that's number 2, have a business mindset. Number 3, utilize your challenge groups. Utilize your challenge groups. I have found my best coaches through my challenge groups. Hello, all of you on this call. Okay. Most of my coaches, almost every single one of my coaches have come out of my challenge groups. So, and I'll talk a little bit about how I do that in my challenge groups later. But if you run amazing challenge groups, people easily are going to fall in love and with what you do and think about coaching when you present them with the opportunity, because they've fallen in love with what they've experienced in your groups, right? And so what I want to encourage you to do in your challenge groups is to make what you do in there duplicable for people so that they could see themselves coaching. So, for example, ask them to give a challenger shout out, right? Maybe once a week, say, give a shout out to someone who's encouraged you in this group, right? As one of your posts. And then later you can look back, and then maybe another day you do a segment from your personal development that you're reading, or you do a personal development book with them. Right? And then another day you have them, post their favorite Shakeology recipe. And then you're already having them do their workouts, because right there, you just covered the 4 vital behaviors of being a coach, right? Recognizing, being a product of the product, and personal development, and inviting, that's different. But you basically, what you're doing is you're showing them how they can be a coach, right? So when you message them and say, oh my gosh, you are rocking this challenge group, you are encouraging people, you are basically doing what a coach does. Have you ever thought about coaching? I just think you'd be amazing at it. No pressure, but I just think you'd be amazing because you really see that in people when you start to create opportunities for them to do that. So utilize your challenge groups. Create opportunities in your challenge groups for people to step up to the coaching opportunity. And you know what? Sometimes I see those people who kind of hide in the background, and they kind of occasionally encourage. They're getting these rockin' results. They're staying consistent. And I have messaged some of them and said, have you ever thought about coaching? Like, I know, I can tell that it takes a lot for you to be bold and brave in these groups, but you are just amazing at what you do, when you do it. And the way that it boosts people's confidence when you see those things in them and bring them out, it changes people. And most of the time they say, oh my gosh, yeah, can you share a little bit more with me about it? So really, if your challenge groups are going to be the best place for you to find challengers. And if you're not running challenge groups, then you're not, you can still find good coaches, but you're not going to have people that have the background of the experience that's going to fuel their passion for coaching. But doesn't mean that can't happen, because I have several coaches who have come in without any challenge group experience, and they've come in and they've rocked it, but I always plug them right into my challenge group too. So, so utilize your challenge groups. Number 4, practice Sunday shares. Okay. That's another big tip I have for you. Make it a habit, on Sundays of sharing something about coaching that you love and inviting people to join you, because I guarantee you, half of your friends list they don't really understand what Beachbody coaching is. And how are they supposed to know if you don't share, right? And share often. And to be honest with you, I've struggled with this because I've kind of gotten away from doing this the last month because I really got some great response from my challenge groups. But I'm going to really focus this next month on doing Sunday shares again because they are so great. And just sharing about what Beachbody has done for you. Maybe I remember my very first post that I did about coaching was me. It was on a Team Cup team, my very first Team Cup, and I won a pink Beachbody Coach sweatshirt, and I love that sweatshirt. And so it's a picture of me, and I'm literally it says Coach on it, and I'm pointing at it, and I'm like, right. And then I made this post about what we were able to do with my coaching money that month. Literally, we paid for my daughter's preschool. I bought a bag of dark chocolate almonds at Costco, and little things that were like extras, right? That made me a real and relatable person. Filled up our gas tank, right? It wasn't big things. It wasn't like, hey, we paid off all our school debt. But I got so much response from people like wanting to know more about coaching just from simply sharing that and what coaching had done for me. So make it a habit of doing Sunday shares and breadcrumbing about coaching in your daily posts, right? Maybe 2 to 3 times a week, you are breadcrumbing the coaching opportunity to people without saying, hey, join me with coaching. But on Sunday, make it about really telling people that you are always open to sharing. Go live on video, share with people about what maybe it's not boasting to go on social media and say, you guys, I just became a Beachbody coach and today was payday, which I don't like to talk about money, but in my account, I not only got to pay for my Shakeology, but we got to pay for my daughter's preschool. And that blows me away because I'm just doing something that I love. And people love to hear about success. Okay. They don't want to have the money stuff thrown in their face, but people want to know that you're making something that's profitable happen in your life. It doesn't have to be big. Some people just need to pay for their groceries, So it's just basically sharing with people about the little things. Maybe it's not monetary for you. That's okay. Maybe it's about the community that you have found. Maybe it's going from that saying, you guys, I've always felt like I didn't really belong, but I found this place, this community where I belong on a team of people that are constantly cheerleading me on and helping me feel my best. And, talk about our coaching team, and the opportunities that you have to earn this year. You have an opportunity to earn a free trip to Punta Cana next year. No, sorry. Where is it? Riviera Maya. Sorry, I was blanking out. You share with people that you have the opportunity to earn a free trip, all paid trip to Oregon, just for reaching your goals this year. That you have the opportunity to go to Summit and be with thousands of other coaches who share the same passion as you do for helping people. Talk about those things. People want to know what you're doing, right? So practice Sunday shares and breadcrumbing your coaching experience. Number 5, this is just pretty simple. Make it normal to talk about coaching. It's not a dirty word. It's not something that we should shy away from, because I know that I could look at each and every one of you, and I know you would say that you're so thankful for the coaching opportunity, probably in different ways, right? And so the thing about it, if you knew then what you know now, you would be like, heck yeah, I'm going to join. And you wouldn't think someone was weird for asking you about it. But people aren't going to know unless you share. Make it normal to talk about it. Talk about your passion. Don't feel bad about it. You don't have to feel like it's something that shouldn't be talked about, because if it's something that's changed your life and you share from that, it's going to be a normal thing for you to talk about. Okay, and then the last thing, number 6, how to grow your team with class. Here it is. Get over yourself and get onto your passion. Okay, so get over yourself and get on to your passion. I know that it takes a lot of guts to talk to people about coaching. I know it takes a lot of courage to invite. Inviting is not necessarily my favorite, but but when I think about it from the fact of I am talking to them about my passion, kind of like what I talked about with number 1, it helps me to get over myself, because I remember that there might be somebody, that one person that really needs my help, right? Like the one girl who's in my challenge group right now, she's lost 80 pounds, struggled with depression and anxiety her whole life. She's been in my group for a year now. She's been on the struggle bus the last couple of months, but she's still hanging in there. And I just think about, and I've shared the coaching opportunity with her several times, right? And she's just not ready. But I think about, even if I hadn't shared with her about the opportunity for a challenge group, she'd still be 80 pounds heavier, maybe more. She'd still be living in anxiety and constant depression and not have a solution, right? And she would say this has partially saved her life. And if you think about it, you never know what people are going through. It's the same thing with coaching. Get over yourself and get on your passion, because you never know who's struggling, who might need a place to belong, who might need an answer to their income problems, who might need an encouraging environment to feel like maybe they're a stay-at-home mom and they don't have a place to belong outside of their kids. Maybe they need a purpose and passion outside of their kids that will allow them to still be there for their kids. You just never know what's going on. So don't count anybody out. Get over yourself and get onto your passion about it. And okay, so then the last thing that I just kind of want to talk about is kind of how I recruit. And I kind of talked about this briefly, but the number one way that I recruit, there are 3 ways that I recruit. Are number one is through challenge groups, which I talked about before. And this is how I do it. About a week and a half into my challenge group, I start taking note of people who I see are just rocking the program. They're drinking their Shakeology every day. Sometimes people aren't on Shakeology, but they're doing their workouts every day. They're taking their commitment to the group seriously in general, and they are encouraging others. Okay, and maybe it's those people who have plugged in on my personal development posts, or just, my question of the day, things like that. And what I do is I message them about a week and a half in, and I say something like, I'm looking at Kimberly. I would say, hey, Kimberly, I know this may seem kind of out of the blue, but I just want you to know you have encouraged me so much with your commitment to this group. Yay! I start out with that. I say, because it's true. Those are the people that keep me going, right? And I say, you have encouraged me so much in this group with the way you have committed to the program and the way that you have encouraged other people. And I just think you're totally rocking it. And I just want you to know that you're an encouragement to me. And this may seem totally out of left field, but have you ever thought about coaching? And I always say there's no pressure at all, but I just think you'd be amazing at it. Let me know if you kind of would be interested in hearing more information, because I just basically tell them how amazing I think they am. I keep it pretty short, pretty sweet, pretty basic, but basically I just tell them that they're an encouragement to me, and I see them encouraging other people, and that keeps me going. And basically when they respond back, they're either like, actually, yeah, I have thought about this, or they're like, I don't know if I could do that. It's like I don't know if I could. And so it gives me an opportunity to pour into them again, right? And the cool thing about this is that, like, for example, I know that Jenna, she's not on, I don't think she's on this call, is she? No, Jenna's not on this call. But Jenna just signed up to be a coach, and she's a great example of this. I messaged her because she was like a freaking rock star in my challenge groups, and I love her attitude, and she was awesome. And this was maybe 6 months ago, and she was in my groups, and I messaged her, and I just basically told her how much of an encouragement she was to me, and just, have you ever thought about coaching? And she kind of shot me down, it was kind of like, oh, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she was not interested at the time. And I was like, okay, I was like, totally fine, totally get it, because I did, and thought the door was totally shut, right? And then out of, a month ago, she messages me and says, I've been really thinking about what you said and about coaching. And she signed up as a coach, and she's so excited about it. And she's getting ready to rock her first challenge group in a couple weeks. So the thing is that it's never going to be in vain for you to ask people if you see potential in them, right? And sometimes it's the potential they can't even see in themselves. So do that in your challenge group. Take that opportunity to message somebody, because you never know who might say yes now, or who might say yes in 6 months, or who might say yes in a year, right? So that's what I do with my challenge groups. So if they respond back and they say they're interested in hearing more, I add them to the most recent coaching sneak peek, which I'll talk about that in just a second. And I tag them in the video and say, hey, check this out. There are 7 short videos. You don't have to watch them in order or whatever it is, and let me know what you think. And then I make that simple. And then I message them and I say, hey, is it okay if I check back with you in a couple days to see what you thought of the videos? And of course they're going to say, yeah, that's great. So it gives me permission to check back in with them. And then I say, I ask, and sometimes they get back to me before, or I message back and say, hey, did you have a chance to watch the videos? No worries if you haven't, but I want to see if you had any questions about it. Lots of times they do have questions, or they are interested in hearing more. Other times, it just depends on the person. I send them a What is Coaching call link. I was sending the Janelle Summers one to people for a while, which I can post to the group if you want it. But now Kelly Jimenez, Andy and Shayna just did a call together about what is coaching, and it's excellent. It's about 30 minutes long. So I've been sending that to people that are interested, and it's really a great call. So just send them to say, hey, listen to this when you have the time. And this will these are people that are on my team. They're in my upline and people that I interact with in our big group. And these are like real people that I know that have had great success in the Beachbody business. And so then after that, usually the answer is, yeah, let's do this, or maybe not right now. And then I say, okay, great. Let me know if you ever, this is ever kind of stirs up in you again, or I say, do you want me to check back in a couple months and see if things are different, or like if they say it's not good timing, I make them a note to check back in with them about 3 months later or something like that. But at the end of my conversation, if the answer is no, I always leave the door open. I never respond with any sort of disappointment. I want to always leave that door open. And I always say to them, this is totally fine. I totally get it. It had to be the right timing for me. And I say, I just want you to know, you're always welcome in my challenge groups, because I don't want them to feel like just because I'm talking to them about coaching and they said no, that they can't be a part of my groups, or that's why I was, talking to them, because it's just not the way it is. So that's how I always, if it's a no, then I respond gracefully. I leave the door open, and I always say, you're always welcome in my groups, so always feel free to come back for support or questions, or if they want to be plugged into the next group. So that's kind of how I do it. Number 2 for how I recruit is I do sneak peeks. And I would actually like our team to do a sneak peek next month in April. I want our team, Elevate team, to do a sneak peek where we would, those of you that want to participate, that I'm going to go with the Emerald and above coaches at that time. And then anybody else, if the slots are not filled in, then we will have other people fill in for that too. But just sharing about different aspects of the business on going live in a group, and we can invite people to it and say, my team and I were doing this. And we can share about it together. And those sneak peeks are really key and crucial in helping people understand what coaching is all about. Because most of the time people are watching your posts and they're like, what is this girl doing? What is it all about? And they really want to know. So I advertise my sneak peeks and say, hey, if you want to know what we're doing, come to the sneak peek. There's no obligation. There's no pressure. It's just purely informational. And the sneak peeks are really, really great for getting people to join, as well as adding people to later if you're in between sneak peeks. Like I said before, I say, hey, let me add you to the sneak peek that we just did recently. And that's a great way to give people information without you having to be like, this is what coaching is, and going all the way through it. The third way that I recruit is through Sunday shares or breadcrumbing in my posts, which I already covered. But like I said, people don't get it unless you share. I'm sure you guys knowing now, like from my posts, most of you would look at my posts and be like, well, yeah, duh, she's a coach, right? But I swear at least once a month, I have someone that says, oh, like, I didn't know you were a coach. And I'm like, are you serious? Somebody that I've been friends with for like 2 years. And some people, they just don't get it. What they do get is those salesy people that message them all the time, and they're like, another Beachbody coach messaging me, in a pushy way to join my group. But what they don't get it from my post half the time that I'm a coach, right? So sometimes it takes constantly sharing and breadcrumbing in your post for people to finally understand, what you are doing as a coach. So those are my tips and how I recruit. And just want to encourage you guys to get out there and do it, because now that you have this opportunity where if you can go back to your actually, this is a great challenge for you guys. I want you to go back to your former challenge groups that you've had, maybe people that aren't in your groups anymore, or maybe that are, and talk to them about how you are just loving what you're doing as a Beachbody coach. Just make it simple. I'm loving what I'm doing as a Beachbody coach, and you came to my mind because you rocked our challenge group. And there's this new opportunity for anybody who's purchased a challenge pack to try coaching for free, because you can't, right? Now with All Access Challenge Pack, people can try coaching for free. If they purchased a challenge pack in the past, any challenge pack in the past, it could be 10 years ago, they purchased a challenge pack, they can sign up as a coach for free. They can pay the $40 and then request a refund within 30 days, and they're going to get the refund. This is a great way to get people into the coaching business and getting it and plugging them into our team page, and you mentoring them and giving it a shot to see what it's all about without any loss to them. And they have a lot to gain from seeing what we do, because it's just so much fun. So I want to challenge you guys to do that. Reach out to people. Talk to people, share with people about it, and really just don't be afraid to do it. Get over yourself and really get onto your passion. So, all right. I would love to, does anybody have any questions or any thoughts you want to share before we jump off? I would love to hear from you guys if you have any questions.
I just wanted to say, this is Jenna. Sorry I jumped on late and I could not get my computer working, but I was able to call in and hear the last part of this, so this has been good.
Yay! Did you hear when I was talking about you?
No, I did not hear that. Sorry.
No, I was talking about with coaching and sharing about coaching when I first was sharing with you. You're a great example, because I was sharing with you about coaching and you were like, no, not really interested. And then 6 months later, you were thinking about it, so it always pays to share with people that you see could be amazing people, on as a coach. So yay.
Yeah, awesome.
Did anybody have any questions, or I'm sorry, Jenna, did I cut you off? Did you have a question?
No, I just want to let you guys know I'm on.
Yay. Does anybody else have any questions before we hop off?
Margo, I was just wondering, what is your response to people who, maybe they're might have some kind of interest in the coaching, but they need money now. It takes time to build your business. So I guess what is your response to somebody like that?
Well, I think that I think you say it's not a miracle. I would say to them, from what I found, it takes hard work and dedication, but if you really want to go for it, and you commit to helping 3 people a month, I think you need to just speak with confidence about what could happen, because it can happen. If they have enough hard work and dedication, they can. If they help 3 people a month, they could cover their Shakeology and they could really go for it. I've seen people who have gone for it in their first month as a coach, they've made over $1,000 because they've gone for it, because they really need it and they've really taken chances. So I don't think it's beyond. Some people it takes more time, and that's okay. And some people it really can go fast depending on their network or the people that they know. So you just don't really know. But the biggest thing that I would encourage someone like that is to be in a challenge group, to get their results and try it out and just see what happens, because you never know what could happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I had another question about that too, but do you, when I know you said you invite people that from your challenge groups that seem like they would be good coaches, but do you ever just reach out to somebody who's not ever been in a challenge group and personally invite them, hey, I think you would be a good coach, even though they've never even done anything beach body before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for people that that I've done that before with, are people who I see them having fitness success, and I say, hey, you're so inspiring to me. And
Right.
I don't know, have you ever thought about paying it forward and, being a part of a team of people that have the same goals as you to encourage people in their health and fitness? I just kind of keep it simple like that. I've done that with people like that. Or I have done it several times. I'm kind of careful about the way I do it, but I've had friends who have said they're really looking for something and they're struggling financially. And I've messaged them and said, hey, I can't promise this is an end-all solution, but I found that I've been able to bring in a part-time income where, I've been able to bring in a part-time income through just, a couple of hours of work a day. So I've done that and just said, let me know. I always say, just let me know if you want more information. I'd love to share with you, because this is my passion and I just love it and I love to share about it. Mm-hmm. So those are the kind of people that I do that with occasionally. But I would say the second one is more rare, but the first one is more common. If there's someone that's on a fitness journey, and lots of times they're like, oh no, I'm doing my own thing, but I do have one coach who did sign up because she wanted to keep paying it forward, and then started doing Beachbody products and really liked them.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome. There's a chat. Hold on. I've never been in a challenge group, but I was inspired by Margo's coaching business and was looking for extra income, so I reached out to her. That's right, Kimberly. Yep, that's right. Which that was really cool. Yeah, she was looking for a way to make extra income, and so she wanted to know more. So, there were people like that. And seriously, if I hadn't shared about the coaching opportunity, Kimberly wouldn't have known I was a coach, right? She just probably would have thought that I was on some kind of a weight loss journey of some sort, right? So, I mean, that's why it's so important to do your Sunday shares and share about the business, and you don't have to be pushy about the way you talk about it. You can just, if you share about how it's changed you and then just say, I would love to share more, or, point towards the sneak peek, then that's going to get people thinking about how it could change them too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if it was the diamond call from this week or what. I get confused with what I learned from what thing, but about like coming up with a list of 30 things that about coaching that you really like about that you can go by then to share each week or however often you do that. So I like that one. I'm working on that list currently.
Too. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I think it was on the diamond thing because I heard that too. I think it was, and I kept thinking that would be a great thing for our team to do, to like tune in our list of 30 things, just that coaching has done for you, this program has done for you, So reminding me about that. Anybody else have any questions? Is that it? Awesome. Well, you guys, I really, just so you know, look forward to it, where I would like to host a sneak peek with this team so that we can, everybody, no matter whether you're a part of helping make the videos or not, but everybody is sharing with people about the sneak peek so that you can invite people to the coaching opportunity. And the thing about it, you guys, is it is challenging to manage a team, but it is so incredibly fulfilling, you guys. I seriously, I love you guys, and you guys encourage me every single day, and I love your questions. I love your enthusiasm. I love this team. And if I hadn't asked you, none of you would be here, right? Or if you hadn't contacted me, none of you would be here if I hadn't shared in my post. And I'm not saying that about me, but I'm just saying to encourage you. Look at all these amazing people that I shared with that are now part of this team, or, because I'm just looking at people that are currently my personally sponsored coaches. But think about, I know you all are so inspired by each other. Think about the people that you could have on your team too, to add to this team. We could have, those could be your people, the people that continue to encourage and inspire you. You could build that too. And so that's just so exciting. Think about that. You could have that, and we could expand it, and we can make our empire grow, right? Of continuing to elevate people towards their healthiest and strongest selves. So I want to encourage you to get out there and do it. Don't be afraid to do it. It's worth it. You guys are worth it. And this business really can be more than we imagine, but you have to grow your team if you really want to make this a financial stable income. You got to grow your team, and we'll be working towards that. So, and it, like I said, takes more time for some of us than others, and there's no problem with that, no shame in that. But you got to be really thinking about it, about how to grow your team. So hope this was helpful. You guys feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for hopping on.
Thanks, Margo.
Thanks. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.